Okay, folks, here of course we are at Koken Speedway, Woodford Glen Speedway for this night, number 2, the finals night of the 2020 Suck It Up New Zealand Super Saloon Championships for, well, 2020. And I'm Jace, Big Jace, and this is Sammy. Sammy's going to join us today in the interview area. And Sammy, we watched some good racing a couple of nights ago, but a bit of a shame the weather turned to toast though.
Yes, it was, yesterday as we got rained off, which is very unfortunate. It was bucketing down, so we are starting again today. Hopefully, it's a lovely day, really good day for it. Yep, Sunday fun day. Hopefully no Sunday driving. No, it's going to be all go, so yeah, it should be good.
Absolutely, of course. The 2 heats are remaining for tonight, plus 2 rapid charges, so 2 heats, which is finishing off what they started on the first day, which they did 3 heats obviously, 2 more heats tonight, 2 rapid charges, and then of course they go straight into the winner-take-all finals. And Sammy, what we do notice is that really the points is pretty immaterial at the moment, because at the end of the day, all you got to do is basically qualify for that feature race and then see what you can do from there.
Yeah, no, that's right, and hopefully there'll be better luck with some of the drivers yesterday, because Friday there's a lot of crash bangs and that, so yeah, hopefully a bit of better luck. I know, it was good entertainment in that, but, yeah.
Got any favourite drivers that you've seen since you've been running around? I mean, you're reasonably new to Speedway, aren't you? We've brought you in as somebody that's pretty green, and we're going to teach you the way with the Speedway and stuff, and you're pretty green, but we can see you're starting to have a little bit of favouritism towards some drivers, maybe some classes already.
Oh, no, I can't say that. Can't pick favourites, but, yeah.
Good stuff. You're a big fan of Super Saloons, obviously?
Yes, I love them. They're my favourite, yep.
The commentators are asking what my favourite is, but that would be very biased, wouldn't it? So Sammy and I are going to go around the pits right now, and we'll catch up with a few of the drivers. She's going to go one way, I'm going to go the other. Okay, here we are over the other side of the pits here with this man, 27C, Trevor Elliott. Now, Trevor, you had a good run. I've just watched the footage from from Friday night, and not a bad run there, but I come and spoke to you later on in the evening. You said you sort of had a mixed bag of lollies. What did you mean by that?
Starting off the back, I had 2 heats right at the very back, and I just felt I didn't make enough passes to get up there. The car was a little bit off in the second heat, and I just didn't think I had the right tyre combination to get a few outside passes.
So, in the points where you're sitting at the moment?
I don't really follow the points, so I don't really take much.
It doesn't make much difference, does it really?
No. Hey, you could be winning it now and go out in the next race and she's all over Red Rover, so I don't follow the points. I just sort of try and each race I try and concentrate on how many cars I'm passing and getting in front of them, and the results should look after themselves.
So you've said about the car a bit on the first night. What changes have you made tonight? You've got 2 races tonight to try and make a big difference. What have you done to it?
I've been over the whole car. We're running a softer compound tyre tonight. Hopefully that'll come on quick. And only been 12 laps, so we need it to happen fast. So been over the car, setting a little bit more stagger into the car, and hopefully get on the outside and make some moves.
Now, you've done a lot of laps around here at Koken Woodford Glen Speedway. Surely you must have some sort of setup for, because I think, and let's be honest, the track's going to go fairly slick. You'd have to have a really good slick setup for this deal.
Yeah, hey, it's going to come down to that 30 lapper, and that 30 lapper, as we've seen in all the championships lately, it's that guy who's going to have that car dialed in for that last 6 laps, and we see them start to move on the outside or even quick on the inside, and that's where it's going to happen. Absolutely.
I'll give an opportunity to thank your sponsor. We've got a helicopter coming in soon, so who your sponsor look after you?
I've got my company, Elliott Scaffolding, that looks after us pretty good. I've got SJS Mechanical and Welding. They're a really good company that's come on board with us. Kiwi Signs, and obviously I've had my sponsor from day one, 5 Ash Contracting. Okay, well, Trevor, best of luck, mate, and I just hope you bring it home for Christchurch, guys, eh? Yeah, certainly going to be trying. Thanks, Jace.
Okay, Sammy, we'll chuck it over to you. Of course, as we said before, we've got a helicopter that's going to come in very shortly, Sammy, so you need to make sure you don't mess up your hair, eh?
No, she'll be right. Okay, so I'm with my friend here, Richie Taylor. You've been racing for 30 years. I hear you always get stuck second and third. Are you feeling lucky tonight for your racing?
Oh yeah, I mean it's another race day and another day to try and win, isn't it? Yeah, we've had a good amount of placings in this event, but we haven't actually cracked the 1NZ, so it'd be nice to be able to do it.
Yeah. Okay, so where did you first start off? Like what class?
I started off racing in street stocks. Started off in a Mark II Zephyr, there you go, down in Invercargill.
Yeah. What are going to be some of your expectations for tonight?
I mean, we came to do well in the event. We're going all right at the moment, and like most of the cars lined up here, we're here to try and crack the 1NZ. That's why we're here. So that's our goal. That's what we're aiming for, and hey, but along with everybody else. So we'll just do our best and concentrate on our own racing and see what comes out at the end.
What's your strategy, sorry, to achieve that?
I mean, we just need to keep our eye on the racetrack, what it's doing, and adjust our car to suit it, and try and adjust our car so we can be hanging around it towards the pointy end of the field come the end of the 30 laps. We need to have a car that's fast at the end of the race.
Cool, and you wouldn't be here without some of your sponsors, so who are they?
I definitely wouldn't be here without them. So cylinder head specialists in Christchurch here, they've been awesome for many years. Suck It Up Limited's been with us for a couple of years now. Edge Parts and Performance, they look after us real good. Brenda Taylor, House of Travel. All about signs down in Timaru. We've got a whole bunch of sponsors. We've got MTF Finance and Timaru and Ashburton, they help us. We've got a bunch of guys help us.
Cool. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time and good luck.
Cheers. And I'd just like to throw in there the longest sponsor we've ever had, makes all my fiberglass for me, Don down at Fairview Fiberglass, so big cheers to him.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, folks, here we are down the other side of the pits now. We've decided to move back over a couple of spots because this man here is the man that's leading this deal going into the second night. Probably, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. It is the 18M of Sam Waddell. Sam, mate, you must be stoked with the way the car's performing, though.
Yeah, definitely. The car's been going pretty well the last few weeks. Especially during the heat races, where is probably our strong point. We were fortunate on Friday night. We had our front grid, so that's sort of why we are leading the points. We got our work cut out for us tonight, coming from 15 and 16. So 2 rare fields, but yeah, game on. Looking forward to it.
Okay, and so of course the car, I mean, it's obviously performing okay. Any changes you made in that couple of days you had the opportunity to do it?
It's pretty close to a big, national title, so we didn't really make too many big changes. Just a few tweaks here and there, just to try and improve on what we've got. But yeah, nothing too serious.
You've been there close before. You haven't got the number 1 though, so that's obviously the goal. You've come a long way to do that, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Come a long way for Tauranga. Got second a couple seasons ago. It's only my 4th season in the class. So there's a lot of guys who've been trying a lot longer than I have. So I'm sure we'll get it one day, and hopefully today's the day. But we'll come back year after year and keep trying until we get that.
Okay, so a lot of people probably don't know, but you obviously started other classes. You can't just jump into Super Saloon and start doing some pretty good things in 4 seasons. So how did you get started in Speedway?
Obviously, my dad's raced about 30 years old, and then so I raced mini stocks when I was about 14 to 16, and that's where it's a proven class now. There's a lot of national title holders out there that have raced that all come from mini stocks, and it's a great feeder class and a great place to start. So yeah, we started off that, and then had a break from Speedway for a bit, went into karting, and then you came back to the Super Saloon class.
You're doing an amazing job, mate. Well done. It's awesome. And of course, obviously, you'll be a big advocate for the mini stock class, for the people that sort of sit in the crowd going, but obviously there's some good drivers that come out of it, eh?
Oh, 100%. It is a bit boring to watch, and everyone understands that. But you look at how many New Zealand title holders across all the classes in Speedway New Zealand. Majority of them would have started in mini stocks, and it is good to see, and it is a great class.
Absolutely. Well, let's look after the people that pay the bills for you. Who looks after you sponsorship-wise?
Yeah, just a huge thank you to JWL Investments, Rutherford Signs and Shape and Spray. And big thanks to my parents as well.
Best of luck, buddy. I hope you do something and bring it home for us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
The St Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their greenbone fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
So that's the way you arrive at Speedway if you're a New Zealand title holder. No messing around, getting through the public gates, pushing the turnstile. No.
Full stop come out, exit forward, race suits and all.
So there we are, Ian Burson, Steve Cowling and Chris Cowling and Debbie Webster who's brought us that big screen tonight. And she looks pretty thrilled with that.
Okay, so here we are down on the track this time, mate. What a way to arrive to Speedway, Steve, mate. This is Steve Cowling, Course 1 NZ. You wouldn't get that too often, would you?
Nah, that's pretty cool way to turn up to a racetrack, I'll say that. Normally got to come through the pit gate, so to fly into this event like this and be number 1 NZ here at the moment, and we'll see what we can do tonight and see who's holding it at the end.
Absolutely. Of course, your day, the other day, was it going good? Were you happy with the way your car was performing and stuff?
Yeah, we had a good night. We moved forward in most of the heat races, or stayed where we started. So can't complain about that. Had no trouble. So we'll see where we can get this Cowling Motorsport Tarrangrai TM base up car up to tonight.
Right, well, if you behave yourself, we might give you a helicopter ride back home, so it saves all the rental cars and flights.
Oh yeah, I had to book a flight anyway, so we'll get home.
Absolutely. Good sponsors, obviously you just rattled them off, but anybody else you want to look after?
Yeah, just all the Cowling Motorsport team, Permapine, Tune Up, Base Up, Tarrangrai team, Fortress Fasteners, Jib, and anyone else that I've forgotten. It's a big team, and with Chris and I both racing, it takes a lot of manpower, and my main crew guy Jonesy had to fly home today, but I'm sure he'll be watching on the live stream, so be thinking about him as well. But I couldn't do it without all the family, and my wife and my lovely boy made it down today for the weekend, so it's cool to have them here as well for this major event.
And of course, that's one thing you've done. You've got married over the last year as well. You've obviously got a wee one now, and so a bit hard to sort of fly the flag for the 1NZ around the countryside when so much is happening at home as well. Yeah,
it's been a bit busy, but I wouldn't change it. There's a lot of history of having that 1NZ, and I've enjoyed carrying it for the last 12 months, and we'll see what happens at the end of tonight. Hopefully I can carry on, but there's 50 other guys that are trying for the same thing, so we'll see what happens. I've enjoyed my time, and my name's on that trophy forever now, so that's good.
Absolutely, it's amazing, mate. Congratulations, and thank you very much for being our 1NZ for this season, and best of luck going forward. Give him a round of applause, folks. Of course, Steve Cowling. 1NZ. Let's bring the 2NZ man in, which is his brother, of course. Like chalk and cheese, these two, aren't they, really? And, of course, this is Chris Cowling, 2NZ. Mate, you've been the form driver all season. All season. You come to Coke and Tools, Woodford Glen Speedway, and things haven't exactly gone your way. Tell everybody out there what's been happening.
Well, in a nutshell, we're second at the wrong end, basically. So, we had some bad luck on the first night. I don't know what I done wrong, but we just had terrible luck. So, wrong place, wrong time, and then we had a mechanical failure. So, we didn't finish any races on the first night, which is not ideal. So, got a long road ahead of us. But the boys have dug deep. They put the car back together for me. So, we'll get through 2 heat races. I'll be happy to finish both of them to start off the night, and then we'll see what we can do in a repecharge, and hopefully maybe try and make it into that 30-lap feature and see what we can do from there.
Well, it's only 2 that make it through from a repecharge, but of course the big difference from you that a lot of people have seen over the last couple of years especially is that it doesn't matter where you start on a track. You have the gear, you have the talent, you have everything to be able to get that car up the front and potentially just come from the back and win it. So I don't want to jinx you, mate, but that's a reality with you, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I've got a lot of confidence in the car too at the moment, so it helps. I mean, Dad puts a hell of a setup in the boys, they give me the best gear possible, so it's up to me in the car seat to do what I need to do. So, at the moment I'm probably got my confidence knocked a little bit after the first night, but no, we'll dig deep, see what we can do, and hopefully we can pull one out of the bag with the repecharge, but there's a lot of good cars here that want to do the same thing and make it into that 30-lap final, so we'll try our best, but she's a long road ahead.
It's amazing, isn't it, from people that don't know, 2 brothers, 1 and 2 NZ, mate. You wouldn't have seen that very often over the years, and that's just incredible. It just goes to show the professionalism of your team, the talent of the drivers, all that sort of stuff. And I suppose on behalf of the crowd, I can only sort of wish you the best of luck, and hopefully we can see you in that feature because you certainly deserve to be there. Yeah, thanks, mate. It's a rarity to get 2 brothers, 1 and 2 in the Speedway history books. So it was a pretty neat deal last year at Huntley. It just shows all the effort that goes into it behind the scenes, and Dad, he's exceptional with what he does with the cars, and then just what he puts on them, and then guiding us as well. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully we can make it there, and we'll keep digging anyway. Best of luck, my brother. And give him a big round of applause, folks. This is your 2NZ. This is Chris Cowling. Let's bring in medium-sized burst. We used to call him Big Burst, but he's just lost all that weight. You're looking at $1 million, mate. You just, I tell you, if I was Anyway, so a big welcome, of course, down to Coke and Tools Woodford Glen Speedway, mate. And you've been here enough. You know how it all works. You know what to do. You know how it's this track goes. You know how your car goes. Are you ready?
Oh, definitely. I've been ready for a couple of days now. Bit of a bummer about the rain out, but I think it's going to benefit us all tonight. Getting a 2-lane show on the road.
Absolutely. Car, you happy with it? I mean, you had a couple of good runs there. Anything you're unhappy with?
No, not at all. I just got to, get stuck in as a team. A team will win it, and it won't be me. It'll be everything that's done out there. Like all our races are won in the workshop during the week, and we think we've got a pretty good car to give whoever's up the front a go.
Now, you skipped out the Canterbury Champs, wanted to be here, but you in the end, you actually ended up stripping out the whole car. Was sitting on blocks. The only thing that was left in there was the engine and bit of the running gear. You've gone over every single nut and bolt. You've gone over everything. Obviously, the car's in good shape and ready to go. Yeah, we had a massive 2 weeks on our car to get it back to where it should be and where we want it. We had a bit of rock and roll the last few meetings, and quite a bit of damage has been done, and stuff was getting missed. So us as a team decided, no, we've got to rebuild this thing, make sure every bolt's going to stay tight and done up, and stuff's not going to fall off and create unforeseen circumstances for myself and other racers. So it was like, rebuild it, get it right, and then come and do it. Now, what we've traditionally seen with your burst, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me here, is that you're always very, very fast in the first 10, 15 laps. You always sort of keep it there or thereabouts, but the car goes off. Do you have the car set up for a 30-lap feature in this track tonight?
Oh, well, tonight I'll tell Jace, because we've made quite a few changes. There's certainly nothing wrong with the Hypermac race car. They are a tool to be reckoned with, and we're here to prove tonight that they can last 30 laps and come on strong at the end. So.
All we can do is wish you the best of luck, mate. Good shout out for your sponsors. Who does look after you?
We've got in-house developments, Tate's New Zealand, Brook Auto Painters, Design Art Signs. We had the guys from Form Paint and Panel to redo our car this meeting, and it's come up grouse. So Brado and your team, Dan, thanks a lot for getting us that done. AT Electrical, Tony's Engineering, Oakley's Plumbing and Drainage, Alama Race Fuels. And most of all, I've got to thank my family and Debbie the Webster. She's just backs us all the way. So we're really grateful for the people who look after us, because it's not for them, we wouldn't be out here putting a show on for you guys.
Absolutely. Well, best of luck, Burrs. Give them a round of applause, folks. This is your 3NZ. South Island, of course, from Nelson, Ian Burson. And let's give one more big shout out, a big round of applause for our 1, our 2 and our 3NZ. Of course, Steve Cowling, Chris Cowling and Ian Burson.
Hi, Malcolm Nardo from Suck It Up. We specialise in hydro excavation in the Canterbury region, safe big methods around services. Also, we do septic tank cleaning, drain cleaning, CCTV of your pipes. If you want an excellent service, please check us out on Facebook.
Suck It Up Limited, 740 Marston Road, Christchurch. Call them 24 hours a day on 027 588 8809.
At Wholesale Tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale Tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
So they're getting ready to go first up now, I think past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand, through Enviroways turn, across the fairy dust line, and we're racing. And it's Shearing in the 69 and the 21 of Gregory. Gregory drifts a little wide and pushes Shearing out towards the wall, and that allows the 86 of Mackay to come through, and the 95 of Johnny Brown has a contact moment. He hits the wall, and there's all kinds of smearing left and right behind him, but he's stuck in the wall. We will surely go yellow. As the rest of the pack struggles to avoid. Malcolm Nartai getting very sideways there as the lights turned yellow.
Mick went off that round 3 and 4 at the Enviroways into the track. He dragged the back end of that car around the wall in an effort to shorten it up. And now, that was going to be close there. Trevor Elliott, I don't think realised that Johnny Brown was just coming to the infield. Now, on that start there, Hayden Mackay went up the inside of Brown. as we watched the David Webster replay, and there was contact there. Shearing and Elliott collide after the event. But watching here, Mackay goes low. Johnny Brown tries to close the door on him, but he's already gone. Horse is bolted. Brown clips the back of Mackay, or Mackay clips the front of Brown, depending on who's telling the story. And he just goes out, glances at that wall, and that rips the tyre off the rim.
So Johnny Brown on the infield, the rest of the pack's ready to restart, and away we go again. Lots of dust flies up as some of the cars clip the pole line, but into turn one first is Ewan Shearing in the 69i car. Here comes Donald Gregory back at him, has to back out a bit, and Hayden Mackay doesn't back out a bit. Gets alongside Donald Gregory, the two collide. Bits of bodywork and car on the track. Gregory's riding the wall. Hayden Mackay stuck in the wall on turn three. We go yellow again. Oh dear. Possibly even the rear, given how much air he got.
He got a massive push on the 21 car as he came off too. Mackay comes through and they lock wheels. Boom. So, yeah, I'm sure each driver will have their respective story, but they just met in the middle.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? There's some people out there going, oh, Sam Waddell's got this, Peter Dixon's got this, but no, 2 rounds to go, anything can happen, and you're seeing that in front of your eyes
This is
right now.
Seriously helping these cars at the back that managed to keep it
yeah.
tidy, and I tell you, if Ewan Shearing had mirrors, he'd be horrified at what's happened.
He would. So away we go again. Mike Quinn very sideways on the restart, but it's Ewan Shearing who's got plenty of space, plenty of air to get around. Gosh, that car of Mick Quinn's looks absolutely ugly taking the turns at the moment, doesn't it? But it's effective enough. He's holding on to third place, going in hard behind the 27 of Trevor Elliott. Elliott lifts the inside front wheel, and he's holding on to second in that 27C car. Ewan Shearing streaking away and building quite a lead at the moment. McQuinn goes to the outside into the rough stuff, can't get ahead of Elliott. Meanwhile, the 2NZ of Chris Cowling has had a good run on that lap, gets a little bunt in the back from Dan Corrin's 124. Craig Cardwell muscles his way past Corrin, and Mark Pitcher is looking to get past Corrin next as well. Malcolm Nartai is near the back of the field along with the 7 car there of Paul Simon. So we go back front side, and Ewan Shearing, making no mistake, he's got plenty of track to play with. That's 3 laps completed in that 69i car. McQuinn's got through to second place in the 23 machine. Trevor Elliott into the 27, holding on to third at the moment, but the 2 of Chris Cowling looks awesomely fast behind him, and I suspect a pass is coming up soon. Quickest car on the track at the moment is the 8 of Craig Cardwell. He's going to put some pressure on Cowling. That's going to be a battle to watch for the next couple of laps. Corrin in the 124 holding station there with Mark Pitcher behind him, and Malcolm Nartai's car bouncing around a little bit in the rough stuff. Track perhaps not quite what Malcolm wanted or anticipated. So Ewan Shearing running very much a mid to high line on the track, squirting the dirt out at the wall and building a lead over Mick Quinn, who decides to use the ripple strip there. The 23P car won't like that. Cowling goes around the outside, takes over second from the 27 of Elliott. Craig Cardwell will have seen how that played out, and he'll be looking to do the same on the next lap or two. And so all of a sudden, Dan Corrin's come alive. He's right on the back of Cardwell. Very, very tight there between Elliott, Cardwell and Corrin. Mark Pitcher's fallen off a little bit there, and Malcolm Nartai starting to pressure him.
Flat right rear on the 69 car.
Oh dear, the 69's got tyre problems. He's going to slow right up, particularly in that rough stuff. McQuinn makes the pass there, a little dubiously, you'd have to say. A bit of dust coming up suggested he might have been on the infield, who knows. But Shearing now out by the wall, and the whole field passing him. What a great opportunity for Ewan Shearing has gone begging. So McQuinn inherits the lead in the 23P car. The car just doesn't look settled on the track, but it's quick. The 2NZ of Cowling, quite the opposite. He is very settled. That car looks very composed, as if it's really doing the job for Chris Cowling. Trevor Elliott managing to hold off Craig Cardwell at the moment. Cardwell looking to try and find a way past. Hasn't just quite got enough at the moment, but the track may come to him. Corrin in the 124, keeping an eye on those guys. It's a number of 4, probably 10, 15 car lengths back to the 19 of Malcolm Nartai, who's got past Mark Pitcher, and Paul Simons at the back of the field. So that's 10 laps down now of this 12-lap race for the 23 of Mick Quinn. Goes into Enviro Waste turn, and he's about to pick up that white flag, which means just 1 lap to go. There it goes. He's got a handy lead over the 2NZ of Chris Cowling, who's got about the same lead over the 27 of Elliott. Cardwell's right on the back of Elliott. If Cardwell's going to make a move, he's got to do it now. Has he got the push off turn 2? No, he hasn't. All he can do is follow Elliott in. Is he going to be brave through Envirowaste turn? I don't think so. Mick Quinn wins it. Chris Cowling takes second, and Elliott has enough left to take third.
Certainly a race of attrition in the early laps there. Mick Quinn, probably just the way that car was handling, jumping around, he did about twice as many laps as anyone else, the way it felt. Certainly the steering wheel will be got a workout throughout the race. Cowling looking settled and probably just pleased to finish a race, not on the back of a tow truck. Cardwell, I wonder if he looked ahead of him and went, none of those cars affect my place in the points chase. It doesn't affect him.
Yes, now that's
an interesting
point.
That point. You might better to bring the car home in one piece so you can reset it for the next race than to wreck it trying to go through. Although nothing to be taken away from Mick Quinn. He has fought this car. He brought it down here for the Pro Dirt Series, and it was a bit of a handful then. He has fought it through this race. The track is cut up in this first bit, but he somehow managed to bring the big 23p home. Fastest lap out there was actually Ewan Shearing. He did a 16.68, and I'm suspecting he lost that rear tyre, probably running in the rough stuff. It does have a little bit of rear steer, that car, putting a lot of load on that right rear tyre, and possibly running the tyre pressure just a little bit low for him.
Hi, I'm Scott Williamson, and welcome to X Factor Cars. Family owned and operated with 2 locations, Invercargill and Cromwell. Specialising in everything V8 from Holden Ford, HSV, FPV, and with Southland's biggest selection of American muscle, we've got most bases covered. You only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Get the X Factor.
Big business or small business, we've got mobile solutions to give any size business an edge. Our regionally based account managers can scope your business and deliver to your evolving needs. Take control of your team's business mobiles with individual plans or shared data pools, along with solutions that offer increased control over device and data security and the flexibility to easily manage your team's mobiles and apps. Whatever your business, whatever your size, talk to your Spark customer lead or business hub today.
Thumbs up there from Richie Taylor, so that's been letting know that we're in the shoot now, Tony.
Absolutely. Richie off the front there alongside the 27 of Joe Ingram. 2 guys who, as you said to Jared, on the cusp, they need the points. They need to convert this front row start. And the right at the back, Sam Waddell, leading on points at the moment with all the work to do. Let's see if he can. We're ready, and green and racing, and away we go. What a drag race down the front straight there. Joe Ingram on the outside, Richie Taylor on the inside, just has to yield slightly as it gets a bit bumpy. They've got a car on the infield there, that's the 94 of Haywood. Everyone else has negotiated 1 and 2 satisfactorily. Kane Lawson in the 6 car makes a big move up from near the back of the field, and I think just tags the 1NZ as he comes through. Lawson got an absolute head of steam up at the moment. Richie Taylor's managed to get his nose in front past the 27 of Ingram, but it's only just
flat
in front.
left rear on the 73.
Oh, 73, Fluffy Grocott. He's had some contact and he's lost the air out of his rear tyre. Not good, not good. So out front we go, and there's Richie Taylor on the 58 car, bouncing around a little bit, leading the 27 of Ingram as they go down the back straight past the Value Cars Warehouse Grandstand. You can see the 3rd place car there of Chase Rodder moving up quickly to challenge these front 2, and Paddy North having a great race too, in 4th place at the moment. The 1NZ of Steve Cowling holding off the 6 of Kane Lawson, who's absolutely giving it everything. The 5 of Flynn trying to make some progress too, but getting passed up the inside there by Ricky Bolton in the 861 and Sam Waddell. Waddell's made up a few places from the back of the field, which at the moment consists of the 18 of Bardsey, the 64 of Kevin Moore, and the 444 of Huddlestone. Let's go back up front side now, coming through Envirowaste turn. Richie Taylor in that 58 machine. It's bouncing around, tells you how rough that track is at that point, but he's making it work for him. He's holding off the 27 of Joe Ingram. They've opened up about 3 or 4 car lengths on the 33 of Chase Rodder, who's a car length ahead of the 46 of Paddy North. Kane Lawson, the only one running high at the moment. Well, no, I tell a lie. The 5 of Flynn is following him round, and it actually looks like the high line's a little bit smoother and got a little bit more pace as Kane Lawson is the making up passes, and so's Flynn in the 5. At the back, Sam Waddell gets past on the inside. The 861 gets past Flynn as well. Flynn ducks back to the inside, tags the back of Waddell, pushes him onto the infield. Waddell keeps pointing forward though. Flynn knows what he's done, but he's made a pass by pushing Waddell out the way, and I don't know how that's going to play out in the referee's room later. Alrighty, let's go back up front side because we're 7 laps down. We're about to complete the 8th. Richie Taylor got this race in a bit of a vice grip at the moment. He's holding off the 27 of Ingram. Ingram just wants to keep it down low, so does Richie. Here comes the 6 of Kane Lawson. Pretty much the only driver who's really ventured out wide from the get-go. He's prospered. He's come from near the back of the pack to take over 3rd place. He's now going to go past Ingram for 2nd. Kane Lawson, drive of the night so far. Will he get past Richie Taylor? It's smoother out there than it is down the pole line. There you are, 2 cars in half a lap, and Kane Lawson will turn it in across the front of Richie Taylor. Richie will have to yield, and Kane Lawson has picked the setup for the high line absolutely perfectly. That's how you do it. 10 laps completed for Kane Lawson. Brilliant stuff. He's got a handy lead now over the 58 of Richie Taylor. Joe Ingram holding on to 3rd just from Chase Rodder. Sam Waddell's come through from near the back of the field. We're in the white zone, 1 lap to go now. Everyone else is tucked away further back. All eyes on the 6 of Kane Lawson. Getting that Riverlands Holiday Park mag and turbo machine absolutely wound up. And he's going to take, in the end, a relatively easy but very exciting race win from 58 Richie Taylor and 27 Joe Ingram. And who comes through from 4th from the back of the pack? None other than Sam Waddell.
Yeah, Sam Waddell doing well to salvage that. He did get collected coming through the traffic and just about spun to the infield. Interesting to look at the front of the Steve Flynn car. I think you'll find the back end of that mirrors the front end of that mirrors the back end of the 73 car.
Yeah.
That's why Fluffy lost his tyre. Certainly a wee bit aggressive. The track drivers were losing, I guess, control. Richie did go to his enduro performance where he just drives that pole line. Kane got round the outside. Probably not going to affect too much Richie's chances of coming through. Kane was already a wee bit ahead of him. So they're locking those points in as we watch Hayward. Oh, actually, no, tell a lie. Complete lie. It was Hayward that actually got the back of Fluffy. And that's what caused the left rear to go down. So
I think Flynn got into Sam Waddell. Flynn's fun.
No, I think Flynn, here's the incident where he just came in committed to that left rear corner of Waddell, and I'd say an older driver with less slower reactions wouldn't have reacted as well as Waddell actually did. Fastest lap out of all of that was a 16.1 on lap 11 by Kane Lawson, which on what you would assume is a relatively rough track at certain parts was pretty good.
It's darn good lap time actually.
Everyone else in the 17-second bracket somewhere sort of fairly sprawled across that 17 seconds. But those drivers just seem like they had the chill pill a little bit more than the previous race.
They did, didn't they? So Kane Lawson gets the checkered flag. He's going around with that. Give him a round of applause because that was one hell of a drive.
As we watch the cars head back in, of course, the top 3, each time they come through, have to go across the scales. And that will work to some people's disadvantage at times as Kane Lawson heads around with his checkered flag.
So we'll just play some ads and pay the bills, and we'll be back live with you guys very, very shortly.
Okay, so here we go. Of course, we've got the winner of that last heat, 6C, Kane Lawson, mate. Must be a bit of an awesome feeling, that one, to be able to get that one under the belt. You had your first one the other night. Now you got this one as well.
Yeah, no, it's good, Jace. We needed to come forward like that, but I didn't sort of think we'd come forward that far, so it's just awesome. It's just a big thanks to all my crew. We've blown engines and wrecked cars this year, and it's nice to just sort of deliver on this weekend. I mean, we've obviously still got a long way to go, but it's helping.
Absolutely. So the plan now, the car feels good. What are you going to do to change it?
We'll just watch the track and see what the track does, because I don't know how long the top side will live on, and everyone will cotton onto that now, so we'll just keep trying to push forward as best we know.
As best you can, eh? Just quickly, who's your sponsors, mate? Look after you.
Riverlands Holiday Park and Mag and Turbo.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks, Jace.
Indeed, I'm down here with Mark Pitch, and I thought just he's moving past at the wrong time, the moving company doing all the work here for him. Okay, so tell us, Mark, you happy with the way things are going for your championship so far?
Yeah, so far it's all about just points now, make it into that top 20, and then it's a reset for everyone. and it's a whole different ball game. Just making that top 20 is the goal.
Is it tough though, like that one race deal? I mean, you know, you can have a really good run leading into it and it all falls apart at the feature race, but then of course it could go the other way. You could have a really crap run going into it, but win the feature.
Yeah, 100%. Look, it's tough on the drivers. I think personally I like a 5 or 6 heat deal, take the points and accumulate. If you have a bad race, you know, it's not the end of the world. A 30 lap all in, you know, one puncture and you're out. It's tough, but that's motor racing.
And is the car and yourself up to the 30 lap feature?
I don't know, I'm getting a bit vintage, aren't I?
Oh well, I think we're all a bit like that, mate. We'll be good. All right, good sponsors, mate. Who looks after you?
Yeah, the moving company, Extreme Forwarding, Snell Packaging and Stella Forklifts, so big shout out to them.
You watch the 16 of Osborne from the back, you watch the 34 of Ray Stewart from the back as well. They're going to be spectacular as they try and carve their way through the field. We know we're about to get a race start. Here we go, coming very pedestrian out of turn 4, but we hit the gas now and racing. Ryan Marsden, the 17 and the 63 car there as well. Absolutely hit turn 1, full noise. And Marsden round the inside just gets in front, but it's the 63 who takes the lead as he gets past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand.
Burson's over!
Oh dear. Big action at the back of the field there. Ian Burson up and over. 34 Ray Stewart is speared to the infield, looks okay.
So if we watch the 3NZ car, him and Dixon have gone wide. Gavin Hill and Fraser have a contact, and then he goes down, and Fraser turns down and squeezes the 3NZ car. The 16R of Osborne, he got caught up in that as well.
And so we'll just hopefully we'll see that again, and you'll get a good look at what happened there. There's definitely contact in the mid-pack.
Contact there, and then as you watch it come through, you just see a little bit of overreaction there, and then Wamfa, we turn in, and I'd say Mark Osborne's car got a good metre or so, the back end of it in the air, it's had a big slam down. So he'll be hoping, much like Donald Gregory's car, it didn't sustain any damage in the back end.
So there's the view from turn 1, and you can see the 98 car there, and turning in. The 88 and here as well through.
Easy the 98 there, just got way out of shape on himself. Gavin Hill took the gap when he could, and then behind him you had this 3 charging cars, the 77 and the 3NZ car. Burson's seen the gap, he's gone the gap, and unfortunately
I think he rides the front wheel of the 98 car possibly.
As we look,
I think he does, the way his car looks up there. So there you can see Burson bouncing around on the track. You see how Mark Osborne's car got extremely high in the rear end there. We said on Friday how Mark Osborne's car seems to be bulletproof. It's still running out there. Yeah, the officials having a little chat to Mark.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
Okay, here we go. We're about to go racing again. This time, cross fingers. Let's hope we can get a full race in. Nigel and that 63 car around the outside. The 17 of Marsden up the inside. There's nothing between them. Flynn trying to thread the needle between Berg and Manera. And Jackson Lovelady just sniffing for an opportunity to get through there as well. They get a little bit sideways coming out of turn 4, particularly Ryan Marsden, but he's gathered him back up and he's still side by side with Nigel as they come past turns 1 and 2 again for the second time. Manera lifting the inside wheels and getting some good push out of turn 2. Paul Berg's holding on to 4th place at the moment with Flynn right on his tail, and Jackson Lovelady running the inside line, looking pretty racy, I have to say. We go back to the 53 car, the 48 of Hill, and Pete Dixon at the back of the field has had a contact with the wall and he's dropped right off the back of this pack. So let's go front side again. Coming through Enviro Waste, Nige Mouet in that 63 car. He's got the lead, a car length over the 17 of Ryan Marsden. Dave Manera in the 88 having a great run here in third place. Paul Berg hits a rut, goes sideways, and everyone manages to avoid him just as we keep an eye. I think he might have done a tyre or a spring or something there. It doesn't look brilliant, that 76 car. But out front, Ryan Marsden has put a inside pass on Nige Mouet.
Spins it 3 and 4.
And Paul Berg spun up, so we're bound to go yellow as they run down the back straight. And indeed we do. So there you go. I was calling the front of the race, Jared, keeping a weather eye on the back and seeing all sorts of stuff going on. Jared?
Yeah, it's a bit bouncy out there. Paul Berg's broken something in the front suspension that hooked him hard right when he got to turn 1, and trying to hang on to it for another lap was proved to be a bit of fruitless venture for him, unfortunately.
Ryan Marsden controlling the pace, keeping it down, hits the gas now, and away we go. Everyone line astern at the moment, keeping a good crocodile there as they go down the front straight into turn 1. Gavin Hill's car bounces a little bit on the inside, forces Jackson Lovelady to go wide, but it works well for Lovelady as he makes the pass. Gavin Hill trying to come back at him. Lovelady deep in the rough there. Lovelady not particularly comfortable there, I don't think. That car's more set up for cruising the pole line at the moment. Jackson needs to get down lower. Out front, the 17, the Heartland Potato Chips machine of Ryan Marsden, looks pretty happy out front in clear air. The odd little bump, but he can pick his line on the track, avoid the worst of the ruts. Nige Mouet is following him. He's 3 or 4 car lengths behind, and I get the feeling that he's not going to be able to make any progress on the 17. The 16 of Osborne's pulled to the infield there, the stealth machine. Obviously some issues from that previous incident that we all know about. We go back to the pack now. Ryan Marsden across the start-finish line, completed 7 laps. Nige Mouet in second place, holding on well. Good battle for third at the moment between the 6 of Grant Flynn and the 88 of Dave Manera. Flynn seems to have the edge at the moment as they go down past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand and into Enviro Waste turn, but Manera looking pretty racy, I have to say. Gavin Hill following on a few car lengths back, and then we go back to Hutchins in the 53. He's holding out at the moment from the 77 of Johnson and the 817 of Lovelady. I don't think Lovelady's got the setup for this track. 34, Ray Stewart, a bit quiet, uncharacteristically quiet at the back. The 11 of Pete Dixon is bouncing around a little, making the best of it, but still near the back of the field, and right at the back at the moment is the GOAT, Brent Emerson. So that's 9 laps down, and Ryan Marsden has a lead of about 4 or 5 car lengths.
Smoking out of the back of Lovelady's car.
Over the 63 of Nige Mouet. Then we go to the 6 of Flynn, the 88 of Manera. A long gap back to the 48 of Gavin Hill, who leads the 53 of Hutchins, and then the smoking 817 of Jackson Lovelady. He's got to try and nurse that car home, I think. Johnson's tucked in behind with Ray Stewart and Dixon, and Emerson's car's definitely gone off. It's a long way at the back. So we're in the white zone now as Ryan Marsden pushes that car deep, and Flynn making a last lap effort to get past Mouet, and he has. He's made the pass as they come out of turn 2. So the 63 car drops back to third place, Manera in 4th, and I think Ryan Marsden's going to be relatively untroubled to bring this one home. Probably got some sore wrists after that with the bouncing around of work he's had to do on the steering wheel, but nonetheless he takes the win from Flynn, Mouet and Hill in 4th place.
Yeah, certainly nothing too special on lap times. Fastest car on the track was on lap 4, and it was Dave Manera with a 17.39. Osborne 16R car, the stealth engineering machine. I would suspect that the reason for his withdrawal was due to that first lap incident where he got the back of that car in the air, climbed over, and looks from here, without a clear shot of it, that he's got a flat right rear.
Hey guys, we've got Mark Osborne here, 16R. Bit of a bad luck in that race. What happened?
Yeah, unfortunately we got caught up in that big first pile-up, and I think we done some damage then. The car felt all right, but obviously, I don't know, something's let go big time in the back. We got up pretty high when we landed, so we must have bent something or broke something, and it just let go later on in that race. So, yeah, pretty unlucky really. So,
Okay. What's the damage that's been done here?
I'm not too sure yet. I haven't assessed it. The boys just got the wheels off now, so we've got a few parts, so hopefully nothing major. We'll be back out there. So.
Yeah. What do you think of those conditions of the track? It's pretty rough out there.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, but it is what it is, you know. We've got all that rain, and I don't know whether we try and get rid of the top, and I don't know. Yeah, it's just going to be some wreck gear out there, I think, if it's like that. But it is what it is. I can't do anything about it.
Yeah. Okay, quick shout out to your sponsors. Who are they?
Yeah, Stealth Engineering, SADT, Sure Thing Decorators, Watkins Race Engines, Valvoline. I've got quite a few people that help me. AWS Graphics, King Science. So, yeah, very lucky to have quite a few backing. So.
Situated just 1.5 hours drive from Christchurch is Hanmer Springs, a small alpine village that has everything for the adventurer or for someone looking to relax. Stay a while and enjoy a bike ride through the numerous bush tracks, or relax in the famous hot pools. Take the whole family and let the kids take on the many attractions on offer. And to top off your stay, book now with Hanmer Holiday Homes, where there's a budget and accommodation to suit everyone. Call now.
So we've had a thumbs up from the drivers at the front of the field, Trevor Elliott and Fluffy Grocott, and they're running down past the Value Cars Warehouse grandstand now. So we should get a race start as they come out of turn 4. Green flags ready to be waved. The revs build and away we go, and Trevor Elliott says thank you very much, I'm going to take that one. First into turn 1, Fluffy Grocott up the inside trying to get past him, hasn't got much chance though. A small gap back to Kevin Moore in the 64 car, and then Ewan Shearing's come through into 4th. Hayden Mackay in the 86 car running the low line at the moment, and he's got 2 Flynns behind him who are looking very aggressive. No, sorry, it's 1 Cowling and 1 Flynn. They use the black paint for street stocks in Christchurch. They sure as heck use the fluoro paint in the North Island, don't they? So Hayden Mackay trying to get through for 3rd place. Runs up the inside of Kevin Moore. Has he got the power coming out of 4 and the control? He does. And it looks as though 2 and Z Cowling's going to follow him the same route. He does. Shearing runs the outside and into the wall. Claps it big time. We've got some contact there between Pitcher in the 9 and Johnny Brown in the 95 as well. Let's go back to the front of the pack, crossing the start-finish line to complete 3 laps. It's 27, Trevor Elliott. 2nd place at the moment is the 73 of Mark Grocott. Side by side for 3rd with the 86 of Mackay and the 2 of Chris Cowling. Behind them, Kevin Moore under pressure from the 5 of Flynn. And Sam Waddell's come through from near the back of the field.
Fluffy's car's misfiring.
To an amazing 6th or 7th place at the moment. Johnny Brown dropping back slightly as Mark Pitcher again gets the nose just into the back of Johnny Brown's car. The 7 of Paul Simon looking faster than it has most of the meeting in this particular race. The rest of the field strung out the back. So let's go front side. The race leader, Trevor Elliott, running past the grandstand into turns 3 and now 4. That track's looking very smooth. He's hanging the back of that car out nicely, and its car's sitting well. Fluffy Grocott's got a misfire. He's down on power. Chris Cowling goes past him with ease to take over 2nd place. And Hayden Mackay's in 4th at the moment and closing quickly on Grocott as well. The quickest car on the track is Sam Waddell in the 18 machine, running the outside high line to great effect. And I have a feeling Waddell's going to be on the back of Mackay very shortly. So Mackay just a little conservative there, doesn't seem to be able to get onto the back of the 73 car, and Waddell and Flynn in the 5 are both pressuring Mackay. Waddell running up the inside to make the pass. Flynn's lining up the inside pass as well as they come out of 4. Mackay's got to get that foot to the floor and make that 86 car work better, because he's losing ground here. Waddell up high on the high shelf where Daddy keeps the good stuff, absolutely caning it. Quickest car on the track by a mile. 27, Trevor Elliott's got a huge lead. There's no way anyone's going to be able to reel him in unless he has some kind of mechanical issue. He's done 9 laps now, and the 2 of Cowling safe in 2nd place. But the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th, that's where the action is. Waddell gets up to 3rd past Grocott. Grocott's in 4th, Mackay in 5th, keeping Steve Flynn at bay in that 5 car. Pitcher's moved through to take over 7th place, and Paul Simon right on his tail, having probably one of his best races of the night. Simon gets a huge slingshot off turn 2. He's alongside Pitcher on the back straight, could be getting past soon. We're in the white zone. The race leader's already on the back straight. Coming through the final turn through 3 and 4. Trevor Elliott's going to win by a country mile here. A return to form for the Elliott scaffolding car. 2NZ, Chris Cowling takes 2nd place, and 18, Sam Waddell, driver of the night so far, you'd have to say, Jared, came through from the back of the pack to finish 3rd.
Yeah, no doubt that he's going to feature as the top point scorer going into the final, which would put him right on that front row. Looking at the lap times, Elliott 17.75 fastest lap time. A few of the Cowling and Waddell both dropping into the 17s. Balance in the field in the mid to low 18s. Back of the 69 iCarb, Ewan Sheeran probably lucky to get away with that incident down at turn 1. Clouted the wall and certainly turned the panels inside out.
So it's good to see Mark Osborne back out there in the 16R stealth car after the way he finished the previous race on the infield.
I know we're talking about the feature race and where we're heading at the end of the night, but there is a certain part of me that thinks the Repichargers could be just as enticing.
Oh,
because there
some
is
desperate drivers in those.
but you've still got to have a race car underneath you. You might be able to come through and wreck it to get there, but you've only got. I mean,
yeah, not many races between the last Repicharge.
You've got 4 to 5 races to turn it around.
Yeah, that's right. All right, looks as though we're going to get ready for a race start here with Dan Corrin off the front and the 23 of Mick Quinn on the inside. Corrin gets the jump and he's away. Good battle for third and fourth between Gavin Hill and the 77 of Johnston. Johnston goes in deep, lifts the inside front, has to back out as Quinn comes across him. 8 of Carpool's looking pretty racy in there as well, keeping an eye on the 48 of Gavin Hill. Out front, 1 lap completed for 124. Dan Corrin with Len's glass and aluminium car doing the business for him. Johnson running the high line, Gavin Hill running a bit lower, struggling to keep the front end of that car under control. Has to yield back, still in fourth. Craig Carpool's got a bit more control around the outside. I think we could see a pass on Gavin Hill shortly. Gavin trying to get past the 77 of Greg Johnson. Front 2 are clearing out now. Corrin and Quinn. There's a big gap back to the third place, currently occupied by the 77 car. Gavin Hill and the 8 of Cardwell racing side by side. Cardwell has to yield as they go through 4. Nigel Mue's got a wriggle on at the back there, and so's Malcolm Nartai. They're coming to join this party as well. The 16 of Osborne launching into the air there through the middle of the turn, losing a bit of go forward. Brent Emerson just doesn't seem to be quite in it, and tonight I'm not sure what's wrong. And the 17 of Ryan Marsden at the back of the field. Uncharacteristic lack of speed from the Heartland Potato Chips machine. Anyway, let's go back front side.
Osborne backs out of it.
Let's go back front side, and we see coming down the front straight there. Not much between Corrin and Quinn. Quinn is getting the measure of this track, and he's closing on Corrin. Corrin's going to have to get defensive now, I think. Big gap back to the 77 of Johnston, the 48 of Hill. He's still got Carpool right on his tail. Small gap back to Mue, who's got Malcolm Nartai almost alongside him, running the low line, whereas Mue's running a bit higher. Osborne had a moment there on the previous lap, but he seems to have gathered his confidence back up, and Emerson and Marsden still dicing at the back of the field. Coming out of turn 4, Quinn's car leaning over alarmingly, but it's all part of the way this thing keeps its speed through the turns. He's keeping it together over the 124 of Dan Corrin. Corrin's got a car length on him, but you get the feeling that Quinn's car just a little quicker. If only he could find the right place to get alongside and put a pass in, he might make it happen. Will it happen here down the front straight? Feeling like Corrin's car just a little quicker in the straights and Quinn just a little quicker through the turns. That's where the battle is at the moment. Third place, Johnston, all on his own with Gavin Hill fighting to keep off the 8 of Cardwell, and Nige Mue coming into the picture with them as well. So that's 9 laps completed now for Dan Corrin, still lifting the inside front wheel. You don't see Quinn's car doing that, but he's using all of the track and then some, is Mick Quinn, to try and get onto the back of Corrin. But Corrin's got this one well and truly by the throat at the moment. He knows his line, he's got a clear track in front of him. He can put that 124 car exactly where he knows it's going to work best. Big gap back to Johnston, who's having one of the best races of his championship, I think, here in third place. Gavin Hill still holding off Carball, who can't seem to get the go forward to go past him, and Nige Mouet keeping an eye on.
Yellow.
We've gone yellow.
Oh, it's going to be the debris on the track somewhere. It is. There's something. It's a brake caliper. It's a brake caliper sitting down the track.
So we're ready for a restart. We've had 10 laps, so should only be 2 to go. We're green and racing again, and Dan Corrin's underway. He's just got to hold off Mick Quinn for a couple more laps. 77 of Johnston's been able to close up on the back of Quinn, and the 48 of Gavin Hill's going to make a race of this. Carball wants to get past Hill. He's wanted to get past him all race. Hill dives to the inside. Can he take over third place? May have been a little contact there with the 77. Definitely some contact on the 77 from the 63.
Nowhere to go for Nigel. He was on the brakes and just slid in. I don't think a lot of damage, certainly not steering or anything like that. It's going to be plastic and bumpers.
So we're going to do a couple more laps, I think, hopefully. Greg Johnston's rejoined to the back, so he's been judged the prime cause. And the 1-2-4 of Corrin leads us away again. Quinn goes in deep, bounces around a little bit, unsettles the 23 car. Craig Carball sees the opportunity to get past the 48 of Hill, runs the outside line to perfection and takes over third place. Gavin Hill's got to fight back here, 1 lap to do it. We're in the white zone. But we've got cars all over the track in the back of the field. Mouet's on the infield. Malcolm Nartai's done a pirouette and stopped on the infield as well. The racing continues. Dan Corrin into turn 3. I think he's going to bring this one home. I don't think Quinn can come back at him, but the 48 of Carball's having a good nibble in the back of Quinn's car. Quinn's car gets very sideways across the start-finish line, but in the end it's Corrin, Quinn, Cardwell and Hill.
So the front end of Malcolm Nartai is very broken, and he is not a happy boy. Something's happened there. He's ended up making contact. Moe back into that's collapsed, and unfortunate for both of these drivers, they spun to the infield.
Yeah.
To be fair, Malcolm probably wouldn't have been able to restart that race, just judging by that right front. He's going to think he's got a real handling gremlin, but it doesn't turn.